So Neville said, "You must shut the door to the five senses and listen only to what you desire." Imagine you've come home from work, and like most nights, you're tired and hungry, and you want to do what you always feel like doing, which is collapse on the sofa. But on this night, a fire starts in the kitchen. Do you continue to collapse onto the sofa? No, of course you don't. Your focus changes from feeling exhausted to fighting a fire. The desire to rest is naturally overridden by your desire to survive. And it is this energetic shift that we are going to talk about today. To go from comfort zone to creation state. To go from being a slave to our five senses to listening only to what we desire so that we can manifest. Because it is this energetic shift that most struggling manifestors fail to make. They stay stuck, not because they lack belief, but because they fail to release their old state of being. Real change doesn't happen until you let the desire take over completely. Hi, my name is Allison, and I am here to help you create the life you desire to experience. And if this video resonates with you, I would greatly appreciate a like and subscribe. Now, let's be honest, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself here. I know a lot of us get into manifestation because we're promised it's easier. I mean, I was definitely interested when I got tuned into the fact that I didn't have to put in years of hard work and suffering in order to elevate myself. The idea of not having to fight for every inch of progress was deeply appealing. But just because manifesting doesn't require traditional hard work doesn't mean we're off the hook completely. We still have to take responsibility emotionally, energetically, not through the traditional do, to be, to have, effort, and force, but through our internal energetic alignment. And a big majority of struggling manifestors fail to make that shift. And I'm going to explain to you why it's so hard for so many people. Born to a life that had circumstances that made the path to abundance feel very natural. For them, identifying with abundance, being worthy and successful isn't much of a stretch. The second category is those who have hit rock bottom. When you have nothing left to lose, alignment becomes a matter of survival. There's clarity in crisis. It creates a kind of tunnel vision towards the desired state. And so many people align in a powerful way because there's simply no other choice. But most of us live in this wide-ranging middle ground. Things might be very hard, overwhelming, feel hopeless, unable to change, but this state of being has become an energetic cycle that feeds itself. It's a loop of energy that is manageable enough to stay in it. It's kind of like having a car that is falling apart, held together by duct tape, but still runs. Have you ever walked through a spider's web and you can't see it, but you can feel it, and you wave your arms around and you're trying to get it off, but it's like you're grasping at air? Being in the middle ground is like that feeling. See, it's not just a matter of aligning with what we want. We have to disentangle ourselves, our energy, from that middle ground web we've been in. And that can be uncomfortable because it means we have to leave behind, we have to disentangle ourselves from the feelings and energy we've grown accustomed to. But if we don't create our own tunnel vision, listening only to our desires, then we risk staying the same or worse, being forced to change by an external disruption or chaos that we didn't choose. Sometimes it's not the struggle keeping us stuck. It's the familiarity of the emotions that come with it. Those feelings of resistance and struggle become our natural way of relating to our life conditions. And because we have felt those for so long, we start to falsely believe that any feeling or emotion outside of that resistance loop must be fake. We say, That's not who I am. These feelings of hardship are me. This feeling of abundance is false. This is the identity trap of the comfort zone. It's why so many struggling manifestors spend time thinking about their manifestations every day, but not embodying it. They keep responding to their five senses. And we know you cannot truly be living in the end if that's what we're doing. But they keep making that mistake because deep down they haven't yet decided that they're allowed to feel something different. You're allowed to live in a state that isn't defined by your past experiences. The creation state begins when you stop chasing something to make you feel aligned and simply start insisting that you already are. Ask yourself, can you be willing to give yourself permission to be that which you want to be? Can you choose it before anything out there validates it? Because there is no threshold to cross, no credentials required, no approval from dad, no stamp of approval that anyone is going to give to you in order to become worthy of becoming someone who is already aligned with their desires. You claim it first, and then you do the things that put you in alignment with that claim. And this will make it your natural state of being. You think, act, respond, choose in ways that reinforce the truth that you have claimed. Neville Goddard said, you must shut the door of the five senses and listen only to what you desire. And that's exactly the shift from the comfort zone to the creation state. It's not about what you're looking at. It's the way you're looking at it. What sounds like a better use of your time? To continue searching for ways to make yourself feel aligned, or just deciding, I am aligned now with what I want to experience. Let's just go with that and work on making that our natural state of being. Because when you claim it, when you are living from the end, it requires you step into a kind of internal authority that might feel uncomfortable and unnatural to start. It probably will feel like you're pretending because your subconscious is not yet clued in to this new state of being. But that's okay. We'll just let it catch up. We'll make it catch up. Because you're not asking permission from the universe. You're telling it who you are. And it has to create an external reality to match that. This is the shift. You declare it. Then you walk around like it's done until it becomes your natural, easy state of being. And the best way I've found to do that without resistance is to think of it like practice. Just like learning a new language or an instrument, you don't master the frequency of a new identity overnight. You practice. You practice holding this new wavelength long enough, often enough, that it becomes familiar. And just because we're practicing doesn't mean we're not already living in the end. Take a professional NBA basketball player. They've already manifested success, yet they still practice. Because every practice is a declaration. This is who I am. This is what I do. You continually feed and repeat the feelings of being it, even when it feels off at first. Because that's how we teach our system, our subconscious, to stop rejecting what feels unfamiliar. We make it familiar. Master manifestors understand this. They don't chase their manifestations. They get ready to receive them. And that is a very different energy. So if you want to become magnetic as quickly as possible, to move through that phase of initial discomfort and get your subconscious on board, I have the following questions. Choose one or all. You should ask yourself once a day or several times a day. And those questions are, how can I make it clear today or right now that this desire is my reality? What can I do today to practice and prepare for my new reality? What feelings shall I embody right now that align with my chosen reality? It moves your focus from waiting to living and experiencing. It helps you practice making deliberate decisions about what you're going to feel and what state of being you choose to be in. And then throughout the day, if you find yourself responding or reacting, not from living in the end, but from your old comfort zone, you can say things like, it's okay, I'm practicing, and then get yourself back on track. Refocus yourself in the direction you want to go and the feelings you want to hold. You can say, I'm practicing and I'm getting better all the time. Because deep down, subconsciously, you already believe that practice equals progress. We know that practicing will create energetic patterns. So let's lean into a belief we already hold. Now, to further help you truly drill down into this energy, I have a few mantras that will help keep you on track. And I would suggest working these frequently into your day to continually claim your alignment. And they are, I am on the right path. I have always been worthy of. This is who I am now. I am getting better at this every day. I am better now. See, someone who is practicing is already in motion, and that's a vibration the universe has to respond to, because someone who is practicing is operating in trust, believes that results are inevitable. We're not waiting for proof to appear, we're becoming the proof. Or as my daughter would say, practice is giving, living in the end, energy. If the comfort zone is where you react to what has already happened, then the creation state is where you begin to respond to what you've already decided to be. One lives in memory and one lives with intention. And I hope that this video was helpful to you. And I look forward to bringing you more. Thank you.